Now, the first race has just gone. And because I said I'm going to give my selections on a daily basis, I feel I should come to air. That's why I'm here. I'm going to name you some horses now, but weirdly, seriously weirdly, I don't think I'm doing them. So I'm not going to do a profit and loss of them. I'm just going to tell you what I fancy and why I fancy them. I'll tell you what. I just think these three I fancy in the last, but I think they all have to step up in class, but I like the prices. The probably prices reflect what they have to do, and I'm just not that certain about them to hang my coat on them. In the 5 o'clock, I'll tell you what, maybe some of you will know the reason for this, and please tell me, because I don't know the reason. I've not read the trade papers. The 5 o'clock, the Britannia Stakes, it's a handicap. There's 31 horses going to post. Is there an on-runner? Yeah, there's 30 going to post. Both 365 and Sky are paying only 4 places, standard 4 places. No extended place terms. 365 would normally do 5 in that, and Sky would do 7 or 8. 6 in that, and Sky would do 7 or 8. What's the reason? Does anybody know? Because I noted in the last, with about the same amount of runners, 365 are doing 5 places, and I think Sky are paying 6, or it might even be 7. I just don't understand why. Right, I'll tell you the ones I fancy, and it's this simple. I've been all day, I've been like 3 hours getting me bets on. What I've done today, I've done 3 ITV7 place pots. I've done the place pot as well, and I've done 3 horse race match bets in a treble. The first one's already gone down. I went for the Hannon horse against the Appleby horse. It went down, so that's dead, but I didn't put much on. I'm not worried about that. At the moment, I've got all my ITV7 place pots and the place pot going, but it's not really hard because Charles Darwin was in 3 of the 4, so it wasn't difficult, that. Right, in the 305, it's going off shortly. This will just air before that starts. I fancy at a price, but it's only about 11 to 1. Propose. That's the O'Brien 3rd string. But I think Sky are playing 6 places. It's about 11 to 1. I think it might drift. For 6 places, I think it's not bad, but I wouldn't give it 11 to 1. The price isn't big enough. I want to give 20 to 1s or above. I can't find anything at big prices in the 340 at all. In the 420, again, nothing at big prices. Like Kevin Blake said, I was looking at the Coltrane angle. It might just sneak into 3 places, but I'm not so sure it will. If there was 2 more in the race and Sky were paying 4 places, I would go Coltrane to place. But for 3 places only, I don't think I will. In the 5 o'clock, as I say, they're only paying 4 places, which I don't get. I've got loads and loads and loads in my place pot. But the ones I fancy at reasonable prices, well, 2 not at a great price. I fancy Parole Doro, the Michael Bell horse, about 11 to 1. And I fancy Fear Not, the Cox horse, at about 11 to 1. The ones I fancied at bigger prices, I fancy one that's a massive price. Again, the other Cox one with Schumacher on. Shameful, it's about 50s. And also I fancied Arctic Grey at about 22s, 25 to 1. That would be the one I would have bet had there been more than 4 places. But at 4 places, I'm not going to bother. Was there one more in there as well? I think there may have been. No, they were the ones I would have done. So that in that race, but I'm not doing any of them because at 4 places, I'm honestly not going to bother. But Arctic Grey was the better price. I think the horse I fancied the most probably in it is, or the horses I fancied the most is Fear Not and Pearl Doro. They were the 2 I really fancied. In the 6th race, well, I fancy something from the favourites. And in the last there was 3 I was going to bet. These are the 3 I was going to put up, and then I thought, no, I'm not even going to risk 6 points, although they may come somewhere. 2 of them have got to step up, and one of them's drawn what looks to be really badly. But I fancied Mayal, drawn 30 at 22 to 1. It's got to step up, really got to step up. I fancied Divina Libra, 20 to 1, drawn 25. I like the horse. I was on it last year when it ran down the field. I like the jockey booking. Old McDonald's on it. He's not got a farm, but he could afford a farm or 2. He's a cracking jock, and I like the booking. And I like the booking even more on Mursky. Mursky is probably the 2nd or 3rd string of O'Meara's. But I like the horse, and I like Marquand. I like Marquand a lot. I'm not keen on the draw at 15. That's 25 to 1. So I'd bet in that race. I would have bet all 3 if I'd have had a bet, but I don't think I'm going to bother. So I'm just going to rely on the tote today, I think. I don't fancy anything enough. The big fields today, I'm just hoping the next race 2, probably race 5 and hopefully race 7, they're all big prices. I'm hoping none of the favourites place in all of those. Now in race 2, there's 3 or 4 at the end of the market, but there's 3 or 4 that aren't in the market, that aren't the first 3 or 4 fabs, that could all fill the first 3 places. That's what I'm hoping to happen. You know, as I say, O'Brien's outsider. I think it's got an outsider there as well, JP. There's some horses I fancy at decent prices there. The other horse, the Shannon horse, looks all right as well. So I'm hoping we get no favourites in the first 3 in the next race. That's what I'm hoping for. Right, I'll love you and leave you. I've gone through all those tips, but none of them are tips. I'm not putting any of them on the channel tonight as a profit and loss. I'll let folk know how they did, the ones that I mentioned, but I'm not going to risk points because I just don't fancy anything strong enough. I really, really don't. And I won't tip for the sake of tipping. And as I say, if I give any on here, I do them myself, and I don't think I'm going to do any today. I may just look at Mersky and Divina Libre in the last. I probably won't. I'll probably see how the play spots go. If I'm winning, it'll probably make me throw a few quid away. That isn't mine. Okay, I'll love you and leave you.